Hey everyone, I'm again. Today I'm drinking another one of the Sheng pour teas, and today I'll be drinking the Banpo Lao Zhai, so the Banpo Old Village from Nano, which is a very interesting tea in its own regards, or the terroir is quite interesting on its own, and it's quite famous. Um, I don't really have a lot of experience with other nanoteas, but looking back on my videos, I have actually reviewed this one once, and there seem to be some differences between then and now. So I went into this completely blind, and this is the sixth infusion I'll be brewing up. And only now have I just reviewed that video, and so I went completely in blind and made some notes on it. And well, let's go through the infusions, because the interesting thing about this tea is that it seems to evolve somewhat throughout the different steeps. In the first steep, there was actually a lot of upfront bitterness with no sweetness to back it up, and a strong astringency as well. It also really started to put the stomach to work. That's something I noted in my earlier video as well. And then in the second infusion, I started to really notice the soft mouthfeel of this tea. So the soft mouthfeel, the pleasant thickness of the tea, those were very present in the second infusion. And there was definitely less bitterness then. So it started off really strong in the bitterness department, then slowed down, and there was some upfront sweetness. And I think the most interesting thing that really sets this one apart from all of the other teas I've had before was the activity on the gums. So after swallowing, it's got a pleasant kind of bitterness, a pleasant kind of tingling, but the activeness, how active the tea was on my gums, was really noticeable and interesting. And throughout the different steeps, there was actually a strong astringency, a strong drying effect on the whole of my mouth. So when you're first swallowing this tea, you get that really expensive feeling where you feel it. You can feel that it's quite oily, but then afterwards it does really start to dry out the mouth, and that's something that lasts for a while. I also got some faint citrus note on the wet leaf, which I didn't notice before, because in my previous video I noted that there was actually barely any smell. And now in this fifth infusion, I'm actually feeling a somewhat warming effect of the tea as well. A faint warming sensation and a pleasant, slightly relaxing body feel as well. Not very very strong or a very standout feeling, but there's definitely something there. So I will see how this infusion turns out. So this is the fifth one, this is the sixth one. Cheers. Okay, so some more upfront sweetness. Not very strong, but somewhat. So it's starting to turn both vegetal, like a kind of brewed out version of the tea, but that might be the compression, because the outer leaves have been brewed out, and as you can tell, it's still somewhat compacted even after 6 steeps. So that kind of vegetal taste, and also a mineral taste, a mineral astringency component to it. and apart from that, quite a basic Sheng taste with actually not a lot of straightforward taste to it. Um, the thing that is fun about it is that the thickness, the viscosity, how well it sits in the mouth is fairly good. It's like it's medium thick, leaning too thick, but perhaps just a little just shy of thick. Could be better, I think. The last thing I want to talk about is the aftertaste, and or actually the lack thereof. I remember it being or having a better aftertaste. After swallowing, it takes around, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds before I get anything in the aftertaste. And when it hits, it's only a faint one, a faint aftertaste of flowers and nothing too interesting. So at the end of my last video about this tea, I noted how it was my second favorite one of all the sampler teas. But I think I will lower that rating, and I will actually put the Emperor and the Chen #1 definitely above this one. Perhaps even the Shenghua one above this, because it's really not, it doesn't seem as interesting to me anymore. I don't know what it is. Perhaps, well, it's 4 years old. It's been lying around at the back of my sample stash with some Bovida packs, and it's 4 years old. I don't know, maybe it's in its awkward phase, but it's just not that interesting. It actually wouldn't be a very good introduction to raw pour to anyone. Perhaps maybe the first or the second couple of steeps, but yeah, it's just not that interesting. I'll do a very long steep on this one to finish things off and see if it yields anything that might be interesting. But I'm afraid I might have to dump this. It was fun to see the evolution throughout the steeps, but it's not that interesting as of right now. So after only only 5 or 6 steeps. So let's just try this one. Yeah, just more of the same. So a kind of mineral, slightly metallic, vegetal taste. Definitely still some bitterness lingering, even less upfront sweetness, still that same level of astringency. So yeah, I'll see how this brews out, but yeah, not the biggest fan actually. So on that note, I think I'll end this video. Please consider subscribing or leaving a like, or both. It really helps. Let me know what you think of this tea, if you've had the full cake version of it, because I think some older productions, or some 10 years ago, there was some production of this tea. I'm not sure. But let me know your experience with it. So anyways, have a nice day and cheers.